Three claps, your boy Swain's back at it again. Swain Swaggy Sense. And in today's video, I have 5 date night fragrances. You know, I have some fragrances that are sweeter than others, and I have some fragrances that are fresher than others. Needless to say, if you put these 5 fragrances on, one of these 5 fragrances on during your date, whomever it is, man or woman that you go on a date with, these will definitely catch their attention. They'll let you know that you smell amazing. All right, so without further ado, let's get to this review. So the first fragrance that I have for y'all today is going to be from the house of Lattafa, and that is going to be Lattafa's Assad. Now this is going to be an inspiration of the Dior Elixir, and let me tell you, this right here, it's 99% close, I'd say. The only difference is this is a more sweeter take on this, and I believe I said this when I first had my first initial impression of this fragrance. This is also a very aromatic fragrance, sweet, still has some spicy nuances similar to the Dior Sauvage Elixir. Powdery, has the iris in here, and it's also bright. It also has some citrus notes in this as well, like a citrus vibe, and I think that's what makes this a little bit more airy. And I get about 8+ hours with this fragrance, and this is definitely a fragrance that you will want to have during this time of season. You know, we're in the fall/winter. It's pretty brick outside. It was 20 something, 31 degrees this morning, and you know, I feel bad because people are scraping their cars in the morning and stuff when I already had a head start. So yeah, this is the time to use this fragrance. But you know, if you put this on during that date night, whether you go out to whatever event, you're definitely going to be complimented for sure. All right, so that is Lattafa's Assad. So sticking with some Middle Eastern fragrances, the second fragrance that I have for y'all today is going to be from Rasasi, and that is going to be Daraj. All right, so this is going to be their inspiration and their take on, sorry, I didn't mean to move the camera, but this is going to be their take on the now discontinued, and well, a long time discontinued, Valentino V. And this is, man, I remember when I first got this, I really wasn't feeling it, to be honest, and as time progressed on, I started to get more wear out of it, and as you can see, I started to get more wear out of it. Not that much, but still a good amount, and I started to fall in love with it. And also it started to give me more projection, and let me tell you, I couldn't turn the corner without getting a compliment with this. But if you would have this on a date, man, that person's gonna be all over your shoulders, I'm telling you. So you have some cumin, you have some sandalwood in here, citrus notes. This is very powdery as well. You know, more or less when you're dealing with fragrances, and you know, with the powdery fragrances, that is more or less of a more intimate type of fragrance note. So like the powderiness is more or less of like that cuddle buddy type of scent, and this one right here, along with all the other notes blended in this bottle, it's phenomenal. I get about 6 hours with this fragrance, and that's all I need for, if I were to be going on a date, that's all I would need for that day. And it's readily available still. I believe it's still on Amazon. If you haven't went on Cyber Monday, I'm sure that it had a discount. This doesn't even cost that much. It's only probably like maybe $20-$30 max, but definitely would love to have another backup bottle for myself, and I would definitely recommend you have this fragrance, especially when you're going on a date night. All right, so that is Daraj, or Daraj, however you want to pronounce it. Good fragrance. So the third fragrance that I got for y'all today is going to be a fragrance that is sadly discontinued. You can still find this on Amazon for a dangerously large amount of money, as well as eBay, which may be some reasonable prices. But if you can find it for a cheaper price, that is awesome. And that is going to be from Paco Rabanne, 1 Million's Privé. All right, so sad that they discontinued this. This is one of their best flankers that they had, and crazy enough, I don't understand why I had gotten the smaller bottle when I had the opportunity to get the bigger size bottle. But you know, I'm taking the small one in stride. This one, as small as this size is, packs a powerful punch. All right, so what you get with this, you get some tonka beans, some tobacco, some myrrh. You have, man, this, it's like a whiskey note, like just very seductive and delicious, really. I get about 10 plus hours with this fragrance. This is definitely a fall and winter fragrance. Oh my gosh. It's so very sad because this, in terms of this fragrance right here, this came out with 1 Million Lucky, which I have behind me, which would be the bigger bottle. I'm gonna stop just thinking on the fact that I should have got a bigger.
You are made of stupid.
Bottle of this, but I have that one too, and it was speculating on terms of discontinuing that fragrance, but that's still available at your Macy's and JCPenney's and even online and stuff like that. But this one, you can find it, but you're gonna maybe break bank, or like I said, if you find a good price, then get it. So this is a great date night fragrance, very sensual, very close. And you know, you get a nice little scent bubble as well as a scent trail. People are gonna be turning their heads, and your date might get jealous, so don't spray that much on. All right, wow, this is great. So that is 1 Million's Privé. The next fragrance that I got for y'all is going to be from the house of Brioni, and that is going to be Brioni's EDP. And I've been hyping this fragrance up for a little minute, man. This fragrance right here, as soon as I put my nose to, you know, the atomizer, like, I fell in love. This is your modern day guy, and you have this bright green apple in the opening. Then after it settles down, you have some violet leaf and just a very ozonic and fresh take on just being clean. And you know, this is more or less of a gentleman-like fragrance, and I can see someone wearing this on the date, of course, going somewhere elegant and just being dapper. And for me, I get about 6 hours, you know, on a good day. And the scent bubble is crazy with this. The scent bubble is amazing. And I put a little dent in this. I'm not going to show y'all. Well, matter of fact, let me show y'all. I put a little dent in this. Like I always tell y'all, I try to do my best with trying to damage a whole bottle, but I never do. It's very hard when you have such a large collection. But you know, it's going to be more or less of, this year for me is going to be more or less of being more in tune with the fragrances that I have, and really loving the fragrances that I have and enjoying them too, because I think sometimes as fragrance connoisseurs and fragrance enthusiasts, we tend to kind of have the ADHD nose, where it's just like when you smell something and it smells good, you get the product, and then you have it and you spray it on, it smells good, you keep doing it, and then you smell a different one, and then it's just like, yeah, you know, I want this. So it's just like we have to slow down our noses real quick to be able to kind of cherish some of these fragrances that smell amazing. That was my little rant, you know, so I'm gonna get back to, you know, this masterpiece of a fragrance. Now, Brioni has different fragrances in the line. It has the Brioni EDP, obviously, Brioni EDP Intense. You also do have Eclat, and you have two other ones, in the green bottle, and they just came out with one, I think it might be Suede, in the brown bottle. I might get another fragrance along the line of, in this line of Brioni, but like I said, I have to finish one bottle first. So this fragrance is going to definitely knock, you know, the socks off your date's nose. All right, that is Brioni's EDP. The last fragrance that I have for y'all is also a fragrance that they sadly discontinued, and also you're gonna have to spend a pretty penny to get. Is going to be from the house of Giorgio Armani, and that is Armani Code Absolute. Okay, this, you talk about explicit stuff, I ain't gonna say it on here, but you put this on, yeah, you might have a good date. I'll say that. You might have a good date. So what you get with this, you have tonka bean, you have vanilla, have some, oh my god, I didn't even put it up to my nose, I'm just wafting the tester strip. Man, suede, some like leather. Tobacco. Like, this is just one of the sexiest fragrances that is in my collection. I am not going to lie to y'all. And if you were to have the opportunity to put your nose on this, you will understand what I mean. And I get 10 plus hours with this fragrance. This lasts on me all day. If I were to have it, if I were to spray it on this morning, I would still smell it on myself right now. And I had to go to work, and I'm looking at the clock right now. I had to go to work at 4:30. So this would still be, man, and the scent trail would be crazy too. Man, this is the one when you want, once again, you want to have a good night, and your date is not going to stop complimenting you on this fragrance. All right, man, this is one of their best in the line. It's a shame that they got rid of this, but there are also different alternatives to Absolute. I think Lattafa has one, maybe Fragrance World. One of the Middle Eastern companies has a dupe, a clone of this fragrance that I've read that is similar to the notes in this, and basically trying to copycat off of this. And if they did, they did, but I'm glad that I do have this fragrance, because this is a date banger. Okay, so that is Armani Code Absolute. Well, those are my 5 date night fragrances, sweet and some fresh too, that'll definitely get your date's attention. Is definitely going to be a conversation starter within the date too. And if you happen to find and come across the ones that I mentioned that were sadly discontinued, then that makes it all the better. Okay, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell just to let you know when your boy is posting, and I'll keep you updated on the next one. Peace.